What type of football fan are you? Have a think about it. Because you may think that you are some kind of special fan, but the reality is you are in a group of select 15 types of football fans, and I guarantee that you are one of them. Today we're going to go through the types of football fans and which ones that you definitely are. So comment that down below, like and subscribe. Christmas, Mazzala, some new prints. Yeah, I know you want that. Please buy them. It's Christmas soon. Please. Sorry, I'm only joking. Anyway, let's crack on to the video, yeah? Let's go. The referee hater. Ref! Hey, ref! Ref, that's the second time now! Ref! Hey! Hey, ref! Mate! If you've gone to any match ever in your life, if it's Sunday League, if it's at your local football team, or if it's at a Premier League game, you'll always hear some guy in the stands just scream at the referee. And it's even more embarrassing when you know the referee can't even hear them. You can have people inside their living room sat down on their sofa over in Australia watching Manchester United screaming at the TV, screaming at the referee, as if that's gonna make a single bit of difference, mate. The worst part is when you go to like a Sunday League game and like you're playing and it's usually the players screaming at the ref. Because the thing is, right, for me personally, when I see that happen, I just think the referee's just gonna think, well, you're a bit of a knob, and just completely go against me on purpose. I know that, like, you know, they shouldn't do that, but I'll be fully real with you boys. If I was a referee and I've got someone on my case the entire game, I'm definitely gonna give that team a bit of a dodgy free kick. This person never shuts up. This person is never to be reasoned with, and this person is definitely insufferable. But they're usually a good lad to have a pint with. So, you know, swings and roundabouts. Oh god. Jesus. Okay, almost just fell the green screen on me. Great, it's just gonna keep falling on me now. Can you go up, mate? Can you stay up? Unlike Burnley. Oh god, that's coming down. Genuinely, that's took me about 5 minutes to keep up. Yeah, that's took me way too long to get this done. And it's probably still not going to work. The Twitter tactical. This person is just blatantly annoying. Everyone has this. Everyone has someone in their football group or in their football club's community that just talks and talks and talks. They talk about tactics as if they're a coach themselves after reading one book about Sir Alex Ferguson, and now they think they're a tactician. They insist that they know about players in like the Belgian Pro League that they're all really well knowledgeable about, when in reality they've watched a compilation and some FB reference index, you know, data stats, and now they think they're Jose Mourinho. And the thing is, because they can say words like half spaces and they have a bit more lingo to them, they also have this sense that they like are smarter or they have a better opinion than you, because again, they look up data points online. Like, I don't need to look up data points to know that this centre back is shit. I just don't need to do that. Like, they can go through all the stats and all the analytics and all the data. The reality is, you're just a bit of a fucking nerd, aren't you? And that's fine. We all have a passion in that. But the issue is, sometimes they come across as if they have like a better opinion than other people just because they have better vocabulary for it. I don't know, man. I just find it really annoying. Everyone has a friend that is like this. Everyone knows a person that is like this, and sometimes you kind of just want them to shut up. The FPL addict. Yeah, similar to the tactician guy, is also a guy in your friendship group or a place you work at or your football team or five-a-side or whatever it is. That this person is the only one that is left still doing FPL by December. Oh, Christ, no, in mind, he's the only person still doing it by October. Every single year, I always make an FPL team and I say to my friends, yeah, like, you know, we'll keep it going, and I'm done by match week 2. Like, either I just have a bad game week and I just think, nah, this is boring. The issue with FPL for me is the fact that very fast, it seems like people are very obviously either just copying their friend's team or copying a video they saw online. And then by the 5th match week, almost everyone's kind of doing the same thing. You can tell when players are just doing the same thing to see some other FPL guy online, and it's a big community. You'd be surprised how big the FPL community really is, and I just don't get it. I don't know, it's not for me. Like, maybe it's like the closest you can get to like betting, like the kind of feeling you get when you bet, when you get like a win without actually having anything in the line. Like, for me, that's the closest comparison I can give of why people even really care about FPL. It's not for me. I get incredibly bored and I find that it's quite repetitive because most people have the same players and same teams. For me, it makes a lot more sense if you can draft players in and do like little mini leagues like every 5 game weeks you can draft in only 1 player each with between like 5-6 of you. I think that is a lot more fun. It makes it a lot more interesting. But when every single person has 8 of the same players and only 3 different ones for differentials, it just annoys me. These people aren't as insufferable as the tactician ones, but they always like to mention the fact that they've won the FPL despite everyone gave up in October. The nostalgic. This person loves Italian 90s football and would never shut up about Italian 90s football. This person has 20-30 kits from the Serie A or from random teams in the Argentine Premier Division, and he just feels like he just knows football and he bleeds the sport so passionately. It's just their lifeblood. Well, sometimes it's even stranger when they have a player, like a player that you always get a kit for. I know there was a lad that when Burnley signed Aaron Lennon, I don't know why, but this guy has collected every single Aaron Lennon shirt like through his career, which I just find incredible. Like, of all players to dedicate your life to, essentially, your time, your resources to collect a shirt for, you don't pick like Ronaldo or Messi, you pick Aaron Lennon. Honestly, respect to you. Also seek some help. Football back in the Barclays days was much better. Actually, not even Barclays, the Premiership days. Bin off Yakubu, more like Yapstam. He always talks about footballers which you've never really watched, but he insists was much better than people give him credit for. Like, for example, oh, you know what? Christian Vieri was a much better number 9 than people give him credit for. If he was playing nowadays, he'd be put on the same level as Haaland. And nostalgia can mean 2 different types. One, it could be like that, which is more like, I'd say that's more the hipster type of person. And then the other side of it is like typically an older football fan that just thinks football is just modern football, VAR, tourism. It's not like how it used to be back in my day, you know what I mean? Back when we used to knock out people on the streets for spitting on me. And this leads to my next point. Support your local. Support your local is a massive scene. I guess I could say that I'm in the support your local scene, but I wouldn't say it's my entire identity. So support your local is the type of lad who's from, let's just name a typical League 2 northern part of England. Let's go with Rochdale, or let's go with, I don't know, Fleetwood Town. I don't know. It could be a bit higher up. It could be Bolton or Bradford City or something. Basically, a team that's not typically known for having, you know, big fans, for example, right? No offense, Bolton fans. Don't get me flogged, Dad. and support your local as an identity because you go home and away, and because you don't support, you know, Man United, which some friends in your school does, and it really annoys you. You do get a feeling that you're much more of a football fan. You're much more of a better football fan than potentially others because you actually support your local team and you feel like you know them a lot more because, you know, you're not just a customer. You're part of the club. You're part of the community. You know, you go to the away games and you see the same people, the same faces every single week, and the home games you see the same people each week, and there's a much more community feeling to it. And because you're someone that goes to each game and you make it much more of your life's goal to support your club, you feel like you are much more of a better football fan than other people that don't do that. And that is the way that they do believe, because I was one of them. Burnley fan, born in Burnley, raised 5 minutes from Burnley. I went to every single Burnley game for like 5 years straight before COVID, and then, you know, I went to a different country, so it was a bit hard then. But yeah, I felt like I was much more of a better football fan because I actually followed my team. I felt much more passionate. I felt much more like I got more of a voice to speak of by actually going to the games. And the only issue with this is that for some reason it's been like connected to like right-wing politics. So when you see any sort of like football banner that says the word stop the boats, it's always got an image of some like lower league English football club attached to it at all times. I don't know why, it just is. So when you think of like your lower league football fan base, for some reason online especially, it's then connected to like right-wing politics. Then there's the other side of it, which is the tourists or the overseas fans, otherwise known as maybe the glory hunter, but it's different aspects to it. If you're an overseas fan, you're from America, you support Man United, Liverpool, that's fine. If anything, I've gained a lot of respect to people that are from, let's say America, let's say Australia, that watches the games live. Do you actually know how hard it is? I was in Canada 2 months ago. I had to wake up at like 7 in the morning for the 3 o'clock kickoff for the Burnley v Sunderland game. If you're playing at 12:30, that's like a 4:30 in the morning. You're going to be up to go watch United lose to Brentford away again. And it's probably even worse if you're from Australia, because I don't know what time it would be for a 3 o'clock kickoff in Australia, but it must be like nearly at midnight, right? And if you're someone that watches them live, yeah, there's probably a good reason why most fans overseas will support a team which is, you know, a big club, because Cheltenham Town versus Northampton. Okay, you're not going to watch that. I don't even think you even can. Maybe there'll be a video service somewhere, stream, but you know, like that's the reason why people overseas will support United or Chelsea or Liverpool or whoever or Arsenal, because you can actually watch the games and it's actually more worthwhile watching. It makes more sense that way. But when you find a support your local lad talking to a kind of, you know, a lad from America that supports Liverpool, they will always talk down to them as if like they're not really a football fan, like they're just a customer to the club and they're just a number. And that's the feeling how these two sides see each other. And I feel bad sometimes for the fans overseas, because man, they go through some things, like just to watch the games, they do. But if you're someone that goes to games week in, week out, like I did, when you have to wake up at 5:30 in the morning to go lose 1-0 away to Swansea in the piss and rain, and then be back home at 10 at night, then that's maybe another level of it. Again, I went to every away game. I've gone across the entire country for 30-hour distances just to see us lose 2-0. For Burnley, after all, I went to go watch Burnley. We were guaranteed to lose most games, but you still go because you're with your friends. It's a laugh. Get Jaegers down. See you at Spoons. Now, my next one here is one person that I know from going to Burnley games, and that is the Rattler, or the windup merchant, someone that goes to the games just to kind of annoy the opposition fans, and that's it. Genuinely, they spend more time looking in the direction of where the away fans are than actually watching the game of football in front of them. I've gone to countless, 1,000 Burnley games at Turf Moor, especially, well, really only in the Cricklefield end does this happen, that there's fans that when we score, do they jump up and hug their friend or high five their dad or whoever? No, they go and sprint directly towards the opposition fans and gives them the sign and go and start, I don't know, touching their knob. I don't know what they're doing, and just calling them this and that, and just completely going straight into them. And during the game, they're going over, they're chanting at them, they're winding them up. And you know what? They have much more balls than me, because I can't do that. Because I just know that the second that if we actually lose that game, they're going to do the same thing back to me. And I don't think my little ego would handle it. And of course, it's important to know that if you're going to give it, you must also take it. And I've seen people not be able to take it quite well. The next example is Ty. It's just Ty. There's no one else like Ty from AFTV. It's just Ty.
Things can happen. Remember, we mustn't forget that it's been raining, so...
I got nothing else to say, really. Because, like, you're not Ty. No one else is Ty. I just feel like Ty is such a Ty that he must have his own category of Ty. Do I even need to explain what the Ty category type of fan is? You already know. Completely delusional, which I'm sure he must be also trolling. There are all those types of people that just always complain. I wonder who that type of person is. There's someone that just, maybe there's like a bunch of videos on YouTube that just talks about the downfalls of football clubs or football players. Yeah, like you must be a really awful person for doing that. I mean, must be just nothing happy with your life at all, really. You must really have some real deep-rooted problems. It's just no one that comes to mind. I do try to think about more positive videos. I kind of hope this one is, to be fair. If you guys do like it, smash the like button, and maybe I'll talk about how happy my life is next video. Comment down below what kind of fan you are. I may do a part 2. There's definitely much more types of football fans. But which one are you? Comment down below. Subscribe. Mazzella Designs and also Everbook. We got all the options here. Christmas coming soon. Use your codes. Vizeh. 15% off. I'll see you guys next time for another video. See ya.